Hey guys, it is me, Zell, and we are here finally with the last Star Wars movie reaction, at least of the saga. So we watched the prequels, we watched the original trilogy, sequels up, and now we're watching the 9th one. This will be The Rise of the Skywalker, episode 9. So I will be watching this on Disney+. I also should say the caveat, this is not my first time watching this. So unlike the other movies, which the original trilogy I hadn't seen before from my recollection, the prequels I had seen when I was much younger and it had been a long time. And again, and same with the both the sequels, both 7 and 8, I had seen once before. But again, those are all been seen before my depth and dive into the Star Wars lore and world, which, as we know, a context that the Clone Wars and Rebels brings to these movies is immense and adds some great depth to that. So now this movie obviously is much more recent, and I did in fact see this twice in theaters because I did enjoy it. And I did technically see these, maybe I think it came out in December or something. So I think I had a little bit of the show behind me. I can't recall. But either way, there's still even more details I know now than I did when I first saw this. So either way, I'm excited to see it again, and I hope you guys are excited to see this along with me and my thoughts on the watch through. So I think that's it for now. So let's get this started. Again, I will be starting on watching a Disney+. So 3, 2, 1. That planet. And is that a planet by the other planet? Yeah, he has rage. So this last year, he's given into his power. I think that's cool. Moonwalking. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Ah. Now that's just a navigation thing, but so this isn't, it's not a Sith holocron. It's not a holocron. Okay, so he's looking for Palpatine in this voice. Now I am curious, like, did they already have this whole story, this whole saga, the stories written out, how they would connect? Did they always plan on Palpatine showing up here? So far, after freshly seeing The Last Jedi, it seems a little bit disconnected. I mean, surprisingly, between those two.
At last.
Adam Driver does really good. Like, I think he does particularly good.
I made smoke.
You made?
Every voice you have ever heard inside your head.
What does he mean by I made Snoke? Oh, okay. This is really creepy.
Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider
To be unnatural.
unnatural.
I kind of like that because it's really giving into that unnaturalness, you know? Because he's like creating these... See, honestly, they really portray him very well as being a dark Lord of the Sith and being terrifying. Now, are these literally coming out of the ground by the power or the engines, or are we suggesting that he did
The
this?
final will soon be ready.
I think that's a cool intro. The visuals in this one seem like... Yeah, how do those TIE fighters chase them? How are they chasing them?
Yeah, well, Ray's not here, is she?
Are they just following them and they're... Oh my gosh, to live on a planet with those kind of creatures. I get emotional now when I see her. That's terrifying. I mean, it makes sense. She's been working... Baited. So Leia's teaching her in her own way. So there we go. She proved that she took the sacred texts for herself, and she's been studying and looking over them all this
I
time.
need you. Out there, not here.
He's still a bit hot-headed. It helps for her to train to get better in tune. She doesn't have the years like everyone else got.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Do we believe this?
So people obviously know of his name.
Dark science.
Like, think about it. She's been alone since she was a child and had no one to embrace, no family, just random scavenger people. Never be afraid of who you are. She finds these people who are fighting for a cause that she believes in, and, you know, people crave to have a parental figure, and sometimes you reach out to anyone, like she reached out to Han, Luke, Leia. I for some reason I like seeing that chimp mechanic. It's very Planet of the Apesies. What is it, like a chimp Yoda?
What is he asking for in return? Does that...
Oh, bringing out that Vader action, except a little bit overkill. Cute. That is a really cute festival. Oh, that's cute creature.
When I offer you my hand again, you'll take it.
Wow. That guy got there quick. Yay. Now I care. When I first saw it, I'm like, I recognize him. His voice is so cool. He's always, what is he? He's kind of like a romancer, a ladies' man, or droid man, whatever's man. Poor 3PO, he literally cannot keep up.
How do you know how to do that?
You see him, he's like, how do you know? Those are cool bikes. So they don't hover, they're literally on the ground, like little tank wheels. See, I remember that joke, but was that was referenced from somewhere else? Droid's so smart. That's a cool gun. That's sad. He probably could have survived that, right? Anyone see Heroes? I always remember Heroes when I see him. He was the cop, right?
I am mechanically incapable of speaking translations from Sith. I believe the rule was passed by the Senate of the Old Republic.
Senate of the Old Republic? I mean, it makes sense so that they can just have a droid. It's kind of cute. Oh, I liked it. That's what I think I'd like my Force ability to. I'd like to do kind of what Ezra, where you can communicate with animals. These are awesome sets they made, you know? Like, I was thinking, like, why would that ship have been there so long and nobody else would have thought, hey, I want a ship, let me steal it. This definitely feels like a Jedi moment. She really is trusting in the Force here, because she's staying there being calm, knowing the Force is with her, knowing that this is a direct attack. See, I think that is a super cool shot. Can you imagine just being a bystander to this, watching this happen? Or being in that ship? This was so heartbreaking. So many things happened in that moment. Remember the message of Leia, don't fear who you are. I was so mad in the theater. It still made me sad, but... Oh, I forgot the baby. Oh. Oh. It reminds me of small dogs, because people always want to gravitate to pet and pick them up. Sometimes they don't like that.
Heard you were spotted at Monk's Gate. Thought he's not stupid enough to come back here.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Who's this?
What's going on? Guys?
I think you're okay. Okay.
Oh.
Babu's in the back.
Babu! Ooh.
Don't mind us.
I don't like that one.
Babu Frick? He says he's found something in your droid's forbidden memory bank. Word. Who are you hanging out with that speaks Sith?
Can he make him?
R2 storage units are famously unreliable.
What do you mean famously unreliable? Because R2's never been wiped, but 3PO's has, so he doesn't, he's like, that didn't happen.
Wanna come with me?
That's Karen Gillian, right?
They win by making you think you're alone. Remember, there's more of us.
Squeaky wheel.
That's one of my favorite lines.
Squeak eliminated. Thank you.
Oh.
Very kind.
The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault. Only this blade tells.
The Andor system.
Chewie?
What about him?
And you are?
Okay, that's gonna be a problem.
Hello, hi, bubble freak.
Why, hello.
He was so polite!
Can I kiss you?
Go.
I really like that character. I really like Zori.
We're relieved that we're here.
Thank goodness you're here.
Welcome, guys.
We're looking for a prisoner and his belongings.
That guy's running with his little posh armpit stick. Bam, bam, insta, Chewie.
Ray, be brave.
Wait, so she remembered her name. Like, so she was named Rey by them. I'm surprised that...
I'm the spy.
But does the Force cause... Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. He tried. That's insane. So somebody made that blade to fit something exactly?
Picked up a transmission from someone named Babu Frick.
Babu Frick. Oh, he's one of my oldest friends.
He said we wouldn't do it. We laid our weapons down.
All of you?
The whole company. I don't even know how it happened.
Well, I'm not Leia. That's for damn sure.
At least it's consistent with Poe and having temper tantrums. And this is like going back to her roots, you know? She did this. Look at all the trooper helmets. Is this the room where Luke looked out of? Wait, yeah, that's that's Palpatine's chair. And they're looking off, he's like, look at all your friends dying, right? Wait, so if he's been doing cloning to live this long, I mean, we've seen Jedi live out in space for a brief time. Who's to say, like, yeah, he didn't survive? I guess that's what I'm unsure of. Like, is his current form, is it a clone or is it him just, like, on some severe medical equipment? And, like, why was it hiding there? So dark. Rey uses a double... Ah! Gosh. Every time. I'm sorry. Not even a lightsaber. He's just dodging.
To reach her son now will take all the strength she has left.
And a last effort. This isn't your fight. Ben never trusts her. He's not angry. He's not filled with the rage he had when he was fighting in the beginning, you know? There's a difference. You can tell there's something internally that he's going through that's different. He's not trying to kill her. That's gross. He has bits. He has body bits. Ow, can you imagine? Salty wound. Yeah, that was punctured through his lung. They're both struggling.
Goodbye, dear princess.
Hey, kid.
I know.
Wow. I keep thinking about the Grievous gift somebody made. I'm sorry, this is serious.
Come to me on Exegol, General Pride.
General Pride.
I served you in the serve you now.
Why does that name sound familiar? Whoa, those are cool helmets. What?
Does that mean every ship in the fleet
Has planet-killing weapons? Of course they do. All of them. This is how he finishes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not ready.
Neither were we.
Lando.
We had each other. That's how we won. You're a Palpatine. Leia knew it too. She saw your spirit. Your heart.
Leia Saber.
How does she know?
It was the last night of her training. Leia told me that she had sensed the death of her son at the end of her Jedi path.
Bringing it back to the OT here. And now Luke can do it for himself.
Well, I'm quite certain I would remember if I had a best friend.
Aww. Cute. That's a terrifying flight. How are they gonna get through that?
Come on, buddy. We need you.
As long as those Star
Okay.
Destroyers are
You guys better.
Welcome back.
Yeah! That is a pretty cool throne chair. Very Sith. That's the one of her vision, isn't it? Oh. And where did he come from?
You will take the throne.
That's creepy.
Your birthright.
Just stay alive.
Master Luke Skywalker was saved by his father. The only family you have here
It's
is
me.
me.
You're not my family. It's getting intense. They're Knights of Ren. Do the other knights, do they have force abilities? Or are they just warriors?
Do it! Make
Do it!
sacrifice!
So cool. It's awesome.
Stand together. Die together. A diamond in the Force. The power of two restores the one true Emperor.
He's literally sucking out their life force. Pose.
I'm sorry. There's just too many of them.
But there are more of us, Poe. There are more of us.
Oh my freaking gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that the ghost? Oh my
Nice
god.
flying, Lando.
And that's supposed to be Wedge? It's all coming together.
Fighter craft. They have no navy. It's not a navy, sir. It's just
People. Yay!
Take a guess, Spice Runner.
Oh, he thought they were dead.
So falls the last Skywalker.
Does anyone copy?
And his ships are immune?
Rise and take them.
Bring back the balance, Ray, as I do.
Every Jedi who ever lived lives in you.
Guide you.
Feel the Force flowing through you, Ray. Let it lift you.
Rise, Rey. In the heart of a Jedi lies her strength.
Oh, those names. Ahsoka, Kanan.
I am all the Sith.
Oh, the Jedi.
What a terrible way to die.
Hold on, Chewie.
Hmm. So they destroyed the whole fleet? Yeah, there it is. The Ewoks! I'm sad to not see any Twi'leks, you know? It was Leia's. They've been through a lot together. Hey. Wow. Did they have that old set? I hate sand. Why did you choose there and not like a more rememberable spot? So this one has a switch to turn on. Cute.
Ray who? Ray Skywalker.
Cute. Alrighty. So, I still like it. There's some things I've changed my mind about. I go back and forth. Obviously, overall, I'm still a fan. The thing with the Skywalker thing, I don't mind it. She asked for Rey. She asked what her last name is. Rey who? She has a conflicting moment, and then she sees Force ghosts of Luke and Leia being like, hey, like, that's for her. Rey had no connection to any adult figures. Again, I mentioned this earlier. She didn't really have a big memory of her parents, her birth parents. She certainly felt no connection with Palpatine. Granted, like, it's not a big deal. People choose a name. People can choose a name if they feel like... I think that's obviously a message Disney was probably trying to show, but it's Star Wars too, that she wants to be connected to something that made her feel at home. And what her family name would be, certainly Skywalker is not a big deal to choose for her. Like, it meant she had a connection to Luke and Leia. I don't think it had any more meaning than that. They're not trying to discount the legacy of Anakin. Of course, he's the chosen one. Or discount the connection of Luke and Leia and Anakin. As we've seen in Star Wars in its large history, there is going to be generations and there's going to be different segments of time. There will be somebody of significance.
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since Exar Kun, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic, most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces.
You know, back in the Old Republic, in the timeline we're on here, and maybe if they're hinting at that's the next timeline, you know, the rise of Skywalker. Who's to say, like, they can't create a new generation of Jedi based off this legacy that both Luke, but mostly Anakin, reflects, like, and then Kylo, again, reiterates this. It's never too late, and if you're, like, deep in the dark side, like Vader was, like Kylo was, you can go back. You can go. There's always hope.
There is no hope.
Yes, there is. There's always hope.
And that's the thing that goes for everything. There's hope. There's people that actively are set on, like, Palpatine was, like, pure evil. Like, from the get-go, he's manipulative, scheming. He chose that path. He never showed any confliction. Whereas Anakin, even Luke, Kylo, there was always this connection, this emotion, this compassion. Like, Anakin, we saw in the Clone Wars, had a lot of compassion for people.
Tell me what happened! If it was up to me, I would kill you right here!
Stop it. Get some help.
And that got him into trouble a lot, because he would do things that were risky. Obviously, it's a risk that can change them over to the dark side, but some people don't go to the dark side over their completely selfish, greed, power-hungry reasons. They do it because of, like, Anakin, because he thought he could save Padme, and then he was just too far into it. All this life he had been told, once you're over to the dark side, it sucks for you, you're too late, you know? You know, that was the message he was given. You're on the dark side, this is what it is. And then Luke came in, it's like, hey, I know you're still in there, you can totally change back. I know you made mistakes in the past, but you can redeem yourself. And Kylo had that moment too, where he was a little bit more on edge though. He was constantly in the struggle because Rey was, you know, challenging him. His parents, Han and Leia, were challenging him. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed the sequels. In regards to this movie, I enjoyed it. There were some, just a couple like cheesy humor moments, but it's whatever. were some of those in other movies as well.
I killed them. I killed them all. They're dead. Every single one of them. And not just the men, but the women. And the children, too. They're like animals.
I didn't see any glaring issues that impact my vision, my feelings of the story. A lot of conflict for folks is conflicting against Anakin and his legacy, but again, it's living through his children, and his children are very highly a part of this sequel, and it also reminds us that they're human and they can make mistakes and they're not perfect, just like Anakin wasn't. You can't expect to put these, like, you think that someone's because they're born of something and see their parents' mistakes. No, we all know, and as we do in our own lives, we make mistakes and we learn from it, and we might do it again, and we try to learn from it and do better. And it's been a long movie, so I appreciate if you've been here with me. But yeah, I will put out some more detailed stuff of my order ranking of the movies order, and I appreciate, again, this is the last of the main saga movies. It's been a really fun journey, fun ride. It's certainly not the end of content for me, so don't fear there. If you guys are interested in seeing more or seeing the past stuff content I've already put out, I recommend subscribing. And I do put out content quite a regular basis as well. And if you enjoyed this video, commentary, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and upvote the video if you enjoyed it as well. Appreciate you all, and I will see you on the next one.